number 4 in the well. Just working this snag here today with some dip bait. Said I've been fishing, cut up skipjack most of the morning trying to get the bigger fish. They're not cooperating. We've had a lot of weird weather. The river's been on the rise for about a week now, like 2 inches a day. It's up about 3 foot from where it was 2 weeks ago. Just a tough bite. So I'm just going to try to put some eaters in the live well. We're just running some commercial dip bait here, working on this log jam. A lot of cold fronts gone through the last couple weeks. Like I said, we had one yesterday, rain go through. Rain for 10 minutes, be clear for an hour, rain for 15 minutes, kind of that stuff. We got a bluebird day, not a cloud in the sky. Went from low pressure, I'm sure we're up to high pressure today. Like I said, it's making for a tough bite, but still better than working. Usually like to target the bigger fish. Run cut bait of some type, cut carp. South Dakota, they made that illegal here last 2 years ago now, trying to control the Asian jumping carp and the grass carp and the rest of them. We got to get skipjack, which is very, very good bait, probably the best bait there is for cut bait. Got one working this, looks like when they hit like that, they're usually dinks. Never know, sometimes they turn out to be good ones. You know, there are no hard, fast rules in fishing. The cold fronts, you can usually work with them, find where the fish, they might be a little deeper, a little shallower, in the log jams, in the holes, you can usually find them. But when the river's on the rise, the water's coming up, that's tough to get around. That's a tough, tough bite. Once this thing stabilizes, quits rising, I mean, even a rise of a little bit has an effect on it. Once it quits, a week after that, this thing will be on fire. Been a very slow rise, like I said, about the last two and a half weeks. It's come up about 2.5 to 3 foot. Very, very gradual, but it is coming up. Just keeps coming up. Smaller cats, primo eating right there. I think that's number 5 in the well today. We're just running about a number 6 treble on a basic old dip worm, nothing fancy. Some bait left over from last year. I don't think the stuff ever goes rotten. Of course, it's rotten when you buy it. That's a good old cat right there. That's on the upper limits of the ones I like to keep for catching, for eating I should say. Beautiful fish, very, very healthy. I think that's number 5 in the well for me today. Got a 10 fish limit here. Another hour I might be there. We're just fishing a commercial made blood bait, dip bait today. It's what I usually fish when I'm after eaters. It's easy, quick. No set rules. You usually catch bigger fish on cut bait, live, something that was alive, even live chub, stuff like that. You catch good flatheads, good channel cats out of here. When you want something for the frying pan, that stuff right there really can't be beat. No shortage of different brands on the market. I don't know if one works any better than the other. Summer gets rolling, we really get to fishing for food. Might have 2 or 3 different flavors in the boat. Seems one might produce one day better than another. Never know. Occasionally you do catch big fish on it. It's not that it's only a small fish bait. Primarily I would call it a small fish bait. How can they do that and not get a treble hook in their lip? Makes you wonder, don't it? Earlier today I was on the river shortly after sunrise, worked my way down. I'm probably about 5 miles from the ramp. I started fishing about 3 miles from the ramp. Hitting holes, hitting spots I've fished for the last years and years and years. Had one fish in the well. I finally ended up on this snag. Lost power there for some reason. I'm only in about 10 foot of water. Everything I've been fishing previously has been 12, 15, 17 foot of water. You just got to monkey around till you find them. Right around this bend, not 150 yards from where we're sitting, there's a major snag. It's about 16 feet deep. That's where I took the one other fish. I was there for an hour, caught one fish. The deep holes and everything prior to that, absolutely nothing in them, nothing active in them. There's always fish in them. When the bite is on, I've sat on this snag, 2 people, 20 fish limit, 2 10 fish limits right out of that snag, couple hours. Very good place when the bite's on. Slow today, but it's working. That was not an eater, that was a good fish. How they can avoid a number 6 treble, totally beyond me, but that's 2 in a row on that same rod. This short little pocket right here doesn't start to pan out a little bit more. We may have fished all the fish out of that area right there. The last couple have been out here. I think there's another one going on there right now. If you watch the way the water flows around these snags, the way active cats will actually sit here. They'll sit right in here. We're on an outside, we're just coming out of an outside bend. The food is being washed right into this snag. That's what makes them really good. The water will hit that and it'll actually curve it around and it'll go back into the main center of the river. A lot of active cats will sit over there. So you fish this side, you fish that side, you find out where them cats are at, you key in on it. We don't get one right here in this pocket along the bank here pretty short. We're just going to move the boat over maybe 20 feet, get this little snag here right there out of our, we won't be dealing with that. We'll be on the north side of it. Left side on the camera, I guess. We'll fish a few right over there, see if we can't fill out that limit. Here we go, right here. Opening up for nobody. That's about as small as I want him right there, but I'll keep him. That's number 6. That's perfect eating size cat right there. Beautiful fish. I think that's number 7. Maybe number 6. Just when I think my center over here is starting to get lagging on me, that's the last 2 fish come out of there. We had a south wind blowing. It was coming right over the top of this bank. Very, very little effect on the boat. Here it's going to change to the north-northwest, basically coming at me from the front of the boat. A lot of movement going on. I have to reposition, drop 2 anchors, keep the boat. I kind of like it steady when I'm fishing. Doesn't hurt anything, but I just kind of like it steady. We taking about a half dozen fish out of this snag. The wind's got me really rocking and rolling. I don't know if you can see over there in the middle of the river, about 100 yards down, there's another tree sitting smack dab right in the middle of the current. It's kind of shallow, but it looks like the fish are in the timber, so I'm going to reset the boat. We'll be fishing down there about 80, 90 yards when we come back. Just got reset on this other snag. Got the lines out, turned the camera on. We're in business. Thought I had one on that rod too, and I was watching that one. This one folds over. How many fish nicer than that do you ever find? 5 minutes from your house. I think that's number 8 in the well. Just turn it back on, give him some water. Right out in the middle, full current. You get a 2-pound fish, it acts like he's 10. They really know how to use that water.